So this is a very, very interesting story. Many people is asking me quite often because this is probably my first incursion into the IT and the fintech, more into the technology side of things. I was very young, I would say 6, 7 years old. And my parents bought me at that time a ZX Spectrum, which was one of the first PCs out there. I remember that I was extremely curious how to work with it. At that time, it was still the cassette disc tape, which I think nowadays not even one millennial would understand what it is. And so at that time, for me, it was extremely curious how to get it started. The manual of that computer was bigger than the Bible. I remember it was definitely a very huge chunk of lines of code that creates different animations, different coding on the PC. For me, I just wanted to learn and to have this first interaction with the PC. I remember my first lines of code. I was going over it, and I remember that with 6, 7 years old, with a manual which was fully written in English, was not easy. But I believe that was also what makes me more into this kind of technology and the fintech, and all this interest, I think, started from there. I remember going over the full book, trying to understand what I would be able to do it myself at that time. I remember I was writing some lines of code that were in that book, which would draw either a square, either a circle on the screen. All the lines of code would populate it with different colors and so on. So for me, that was extremely fascinating, as you can imagine. Then this creation of things, the possibility really to go into this IT stuff was really of my interest. I remember me and my brother, since young age, we loved the installing games, the MS-DOS, the lines of command, which really was the way at that time to install video games. We had many packs of cartridge, one after another, in order to install video games. I remember many interesting things from that time, but that way of interacting with a PC, with a computer, and being able to do these amazing things from young age, for me, was really interesting. That definitely shaped my way of understanding the potential of what we can do with a computer. Definitely made me more close to this reality, which really it's the way that the world is shaping. Nowadays, everyone is able to understand and to deal with a computer extremely easy. My daughter already, since young age, already is able to do everything from a laptop. So it's really fascinating. Which at that time it was a big Pandora box. Now it's something that's so implemented and so erased in today's culture. I just wanted to really to share this experience, because many people, I believe, will see themselves as well in very similar story. And I felt that it was really interesting to share. And for those who like retro stuff and to maybe to still deal with many old video games, not mentioning the Tetris and the Minesweeper, which everyone knows, I believe, from our generation. It's really something that really boosts my interest for the IT matters, and I think it was a first stone in building my knowledge and my understanding of this industry.